Welcome to Gaga's Fiction. Get ready for an epic what-if scenario as we imagine Naruto dating the Ice Queens. Part 1 starts now. In a hidden village, the morning dawned among the leaves, and everything was normal with the people who were working, going about their daily routine. The sun served as a motivator for most to get up and go about their business. This included the Leaf Ninjas, who maintained their vigilance day and night following the Fourth Ninja World War. They couldn't afford to lower their guard. Yes, the Fourth Ninja War had ended, bringing joy to some and disappointment to others. Why disappointment? Well, a significant number of shinobi lost their lives in this deadly conflict. Many of them had families, and this fact wasn't well received by many. Madara Uchiha, a legendary ninja who was supposedly dead for a long time, was the instigator of this war. He firmly believed that he could bring peace to the elemental nations through some pain, as he thought people wouldn't understand the feelings of others through words. For Madara, understanding was impossible for everyone because there would always be those for and against. That's why the calculating Uchiha knew that war would be inevitable from an early age. However, if there was one thing that could stop him at that moment, it was his younger brother, Izuna. He truly loved his younger brother, even more than Itachi loved Sasuke. Over time, Madara and his clan faced their bitter rivals, the Senju, who were also powerful in the manipulation of nature. The strongest of the Senju clan were Hashirama and Tobirama Senju, who were the mightiest in their time. For a long time, they and the Uchiha clan clashed to the death, with thousands of shinobi losing their lives in this war, including Madara's other brothers besides Izuna. However, Madara took one of their eyes, as he was already suffering the consequences of using his Sharingan too frequently. After a long time, the war came to a halt with a temporary alliance between the clans. Hashirama Senju was chosen as the Hokage because they feared Madara's more realistic ideals compared to Hashirama's. Besides, Hashirama was easier to manipulate than Madara. At least for Madara, it meant making your enemies fear you for your power and not stab you in the back. This was something they didn't want in the new village. For the same reason, Madara decided to leave because he didn't want to deal with hypocritical and mediocre people who would settle for pacifist ideals. He knew there would never be peace, no matter how you looked at it. After his final encounter with Hashirama, where he deliberately let himself be defeated, his plan began, and young Obito continued from where he left off. Madara's plan was flawless until the Fourth Ninja War, where he was betrayed by Black Zetsu, and everything went downhill. If you think about it, Madara trusted Zetsu too much. If it hadn't been for that, Kaguya wouldn't have arrived, and if she had faced Madara, the story would be different. In the end, Madara had the battle he had longed for with a master of taijutsu, who almost killed him. This shinobi was Might Guy, who opened the 8 inner gates to face him. If it weren't for the regeneration of his chakra, Madara would have died. Madara was powerful in ninjutsu and genjutsu, but he was not strong in taijutsu, at least not at Guy's level. However, he faced serious challenges when battling Naruto in his Rikudo mode. Naruto could easily deflect his attacks, and Madara knew that the boy was strong, even with only half of the Kyuubi's power. But for Madara, that didn't matter because he believed that a shinobi's true strength lay elsewhere. In the Leaf Village, after the Fourth Ninja War, peace reigned in the 5 elemental nations. Kakashi was now the Rokudaime Hokage, as Naruto had recently become a Jounin and was now the strongest in all the elemental nations, aside from Sasuke. Naruto didn't take a single day off from training because he didn't trust that another powerful enemy might appear. He had acquired both halves of the Kyuubi and had the chakra of the 9-tailed beasts within him, which he could link with. He had even unlocked a new transformation, thanks to Kurama's chakra, the Baryon mode. However, he hadn't revealed it yet. It was his trump card against those who dared to threaten his village. His endurance had increased significantly due to the training he received from Guy-sensei, even while sitting in a wheelchair. He knew that nothing could extinguish the flames of youth. Studying stressed Naruto out to the point of wanting to escape, and only Iruka knew where he went or what he was doing because Naruto let himself be caught by him. However, he soon realized that he learned at an incredibly fast pace with shadow clones, so he didn't have to sit around waiting and giving himself hemorrhoids. He could spend more time training and less time studying. Everything was going well for the blonde protagonist except for one thing: finding a cute girl for himself. That would make everything perfect. Naruto had recently remembered that Hinata confessed her feelings to him when he fought against Pain, and in the ninja war, she provided him with moral support. Many thought that Neji's death was in vain, but it wasn't. Naruto realized he had other people to protect and that Hinata wasn't the only one he should look out for. Neji's words were clearly meant to push the relationship forward, even though it felt more forced than it should have been because there was no development or interaction between the two to make it credible. Hypocrisy aside, Naruto, like any other young man, wanted someone special in his life. However, he didn't seem to find that special someone in the village. He told Hinata that he only saw her as a friend and that Neji's words were about protecting many people, not just her. As for Sakura, their relationship never evolved beyond friendship, despite Naruto's infatuation. In the eyes of most, it seemed more like an obsession than love. Nothing happened with Ino, and maybe if they had been on the same team, it would have been different. He got along well with Tenten, but he didn't want to take Shikamaru's girlfriend. Maybe he needed to go out and explore the world, as his master had once told him, because Jiraiya knew him better than anyone and knew that Naruto wasn't entirely convinced about dating any of his teammates. He would talk to Kakashi-sensei about it later. Kakashi, on the other hand, was sighing because all the paperwork was giving him a massive headache. He couldn't even read his beloved books anymore because of his duties as Hokage. He was starting to regret taking the hat, but there was something he wanted to do: pass the hat on to his student, the student he had abandoned to teach the Uchiha, regretting that he hadn't saved Obito and feeling guilty about it. Shizune, Hokage-sama, stop reading those dirty books and get to work. Kakashi, these aren't dirty books, Shizune. Nowadays, nobody appreciates true art. Besides, where do you think I get ideas for? Shizune, be quiet. Blushing, you shouldn't say that, Kakashi. Kakashi, well, calm down, I was just kidding. Shizune, trying to calm down, by the way, Naruto-kun said he would come today. Have you seen him? Kakashi, nope, he must be training, you know he can't let his guard down, especially with so many enemies around. Shizune, but still, he's working so hard and hardly spends time with his teammates. Kakashi, I know. That's why I'd like. Knock. Kakashi, come in. Naruto, good morning, Kakashi-sensei, Shizune Ne-chan. Kakashi, Naruto, I've told you I'm the Hokage now. You should show some respect. Naruto, Kakashi-sensei, I couldn't care less. I didn't respect anyone in the past, do you think I'll start now? Kakashi, dumbfounded, I guess you have a point. You came at the right time. Shizune and I were just talking about you. Naruto, really? Shizune, yes, it's strange to see you here. You're always training, and we hardly ever see you. Naruto, okay, I just don't want to get rusty. Besides, I have a lot of potential that needs polishing, as you once said. Now, I have Kurama in full and the chakra of the tailed beasts. With their experience, I can figure out what to focus on and improve. They've seen a lot of jutsus, so I can use that to my advantage. Kakashi, you've become more mature, Naruto. Smiles, I'm glad to see you're doing this. Naruto, that's why I'm here to ask you something, Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi, what is it? Naruto, I want to leave the village for a while, not forever, just some time for myself. Shizune, like a vacation? Naruto, yeah, exactly, a vacation. After the war, I've been working like crazy to help with the village's reconstruction. I think I deserve it. Kakashi, I agree, but for how long? The village can't be without its hero for too long. Teasing. Naruto, come on, you're here, and so is Sasuke. It won't be alone. Besides, I just want to go for 5 years. Kakashi, in shock, why 5 years? Don't you want to become Hokage? Naruto, I do, but I need more experience. Also, there's something else I want to do. Shizune, really? Can you tell us what it is? Naruto, well, now everyone is in a relationship, so why not me? I mean, I don't know much about these things, but I'm a guy after all. Kakashi, thumbs up, this guy makes me proud. If that's the case, you can go for as long as you like. Shizune, Kakashi. Scolding him. Kakashi, ahem. Just send me regular reports about where you are so we know you're safe, okay? Naruto, sounds good to me. Kakashi, when are you planning to leave? Naruto, today. Shizune, tonight? Naruto, yeah, I think it's better that way, so I can make the most of tomorrow. Kakashi, I understand. All I can do is wish you a safe journey and hope you find what you're looking for. Shizune, hugs him, we're going to miss you, just like Lady Tsunade. Take care, you know we care about you, right? Naruto, I know, Ne-chan. Thanks to both of you. Don't let Kakashi read any more of that stuff, he might awaken the porno Sharingan for real. Kakashi, hey, that's offensive. Naruto, well then, see you soon, Kakashi-sensei. Jumps out of the window. Shizune, you're going to miss him, aren't you? Kakashi, more than you can imagine, Shizune, more than you can imagine. One of the things that had happened in the Leaf Village and the other great elemental nations was a sudden change in technology. Now, it seemed more like the modern world we know today. Trains ran more frequently for commercial routes between villages, making travel safer. Another significant advancement was in electronic devices, like television and stereos for music, among other things. The life of a shinobi became a bit easier. However, they weren't entirely adapted to the change. Now, we focus on a small apartment where our protagonist was getting ready for his journey. With his knowledge of Fuinjutsu, he could store many things in a simple scroll, saving him from carrying too much. The first items he packed were his ramen bowls, as Naruto couldn't be Naruto without them. Finally, he prepared to leave his small home, only to find his friends waiting outside with smiles. Even though he had been absent due to his training, it didn't mean they had stopped talking. Naruto, surprised, carrying his backpack, "Hey, guys, what are you doing here?" Sakura, "Hi, Naruto. What's with the backpack?" Naruto, "Well, you see." Kiba, "You're going on a mission, right, Naruto?" Naruto, well. Shino, "Let him speak. Do you have something to tell us?" Ino, "Are you sure? Because we wanted to invite you for lunch." Hinata, "Naruto-kun?" Naruto, "Well, guys." Lee, "Naruto-kun, you're going on a mission without us? Your flames of youth are fading." Tenten, "Let him speak." Naruto, "The thing is, I'm not going on a mission. I'm going on vacation, so I won't see you for a while." Ino, "What? Vacation?" Tenten, "It was obvious, considering everything that happened. Besides, it's reasonable that he gets a break. After all, he worked the hardest to help rebuild the village." Kiba, "Lucky you, man. I couldn't even if I wanted to. My mom wants me to lead the clan, and I have to assist and all that." Sai Ino, "True, most of us have to take the clan leadership." Hinata, "My father is helping me with that, too." Naruto, "Wow, congrats, guys. I know you'll be great leaders, just as Inoiki-san and Shikaku-san would have wanted." Shikamaru, "Troublesome. Some people have all the luck." Huji, "Tell me about it. I wish I could go looking for more places to eat." Sakura, "But where are you going? Sasuke-kun will be back soon." Naruto, smiles, "Sasuke already knew I was going on this trip. He was the first person I told." Lee, "Huh? Why did you tell Sasuke-san and not us?" Naruto, "Because Sasuke has traveled before and knows the places better. I thought, why not?" Sai, "Well, that makes sense. It surprises me that someone with such a small. Serious." Naruto, "Oh, come on with that. If you want, I can have Ino check to see if I'm as small as you say." Ino, "Well, Sai, no. Serious Naruto, geez, what an annoying guy. You see how irritating it is when you say nonsense, Sai. Anyway, guys, I have to go. I promised to send messages with the toads to let you know I'm okay." Sakura, "We hope so, or I'll come find you and give you a good scolding." Naruto, "Well, this isn't goodbye, it's just see you later." Disappears in a yellow flash. Kiba, "What was that?" Lee, "I don't know, but he's really fast." Shino, "It's a technique only the fourth Hokage could use, the Flying Thunder God. It's a space-time technique that allows you to travel to a marked location, as long as the user has marked it." Lee, "Wow, that's incredible." Shinobi, "After all, the fourth Hokage was the fastest man in the world, and now Naruto is." Ino, "That's for sure. Have you seen how much he trains every day?" Kiba, "That idiot. I won't let him leave me behind." Shikamaru, "He left us behind a long time ago." Kiba smiles, "That's the Naruto we know. He deserves it, and it'll make us appreciate how much we miss his annoying voice." Sakura, "Haha, true. We're going to miss him." Kiba, "I won't miss him, right, Akamaru?" Akamaru? "Do I tell the truth or do we remain friends?" Shino, "Even Akamaru knows you'll miss him." Kiba, noisy Shino. Ino, "Well, I just hope wherever he goes, he'll be fine." Sakura, "You'll see." Outside of Konoha, Naruto was already on his way to the Wave Country's port when he felt a hand on his shoulder. Outside of Konoha, Naruto was already on his way to the Wave Country's port when he felt a hand on his shoulder. Naruto, stopping, huh? Naruto saw his teacher smiling at him and giving him a thumbs up in pride, as he had been watching over his beloved student from the heavens, seeing how much he had grown. Naruto saw his teacher smiling at him and giving him a thumbs up in pride, as he had been watching over his beloved student from the heavens, seeing how much he had grown. It started to rain. Naruto smiled because he knew his master was looking out for him from up there, and he knew he always would. If he were to be reborn, he wouldn't hesitate to choose the perverted sage, the greatest of the Sannin, as his master, at least in his opinion. Anyone who says Orochimaru is better just doesn't know hard work. In another place, or rather, on the ocean, an imperial ship sailed through unknown waters. They had left the capital to find resources to support the new government after a rebellion against the emperor's rule. However, the group sent on this mission was surprised by a storm, leading them to who knows where, and most of the crew had died. Only a beautiful woman with blue hair and a military uniform remained, and she was extremely tired. She had lost all her food with the sinking ship, and only thanks to her tegu had she managed to survive the wild sea. This woman was Estet, a powerful general from the previous empire. Despite being forgiven for her past crimes, she still felt empty. Perhaps it was time to retire and find a peaceful place far away from everything. Most importantly, she wanted to find a good man who met her standards. In another place, or rather, on the ocean, an imperial ship sailed through unknown waters. They had left the capital to find resources to support the new government after a rebellion against the emperor's rule. However, the group sent on this mission was surprised by a storm, leading them to who knows where, and most of the crew had died. Only a beautiful woman with blue hair and a military uniform remained, and she was extremely tired. She had lost all her food with the sinking ship, and only thanks to her tegu had she managed to survive the wild sea. This woman was Estet, a powerful general from the previous empire. Despite being forgiven for her past crimes, she still felt empty. Perhaps it was time to retire and find a peaceful place far away from everything. Most importantly, she wanted to find a good man who met her standards. 1. She had a stunning body that would make any man gasp just by looking at her. Her sculpted figure, shapely legs, and ample bosom were her trademarks. However, despite possessing these beautiful attributes, she hadn't been able to find a man. She was exceedingly selective when it came to choosing a partner, even though she was surrounded by strong men. Now, she was on the brink of starvation in a place she didn't recognize, and when she thought she would faint from hunger, a figure appeared on the ship. She tried to get up, but her lack of strength prevented her. Estet, who are you? She fainted. Diablos esto es malo, la llevaré a casa del viejo borracho. Cargandala. Moments before, our blonde friend had arrived on the Wave Country shore, waiting for a boat to Kirigakure, where he would seek a specific destination. However, before he could do that, he noticed a damaged ship drifting in the distance, covered in ice. He deduced that something was wrong and decided to investigate. When he reached the bow, he saw a woman who was semi-conscious and on the verge of fainting. He decided to help her despite her feeble attempts to stand. Naruto, hey, don't exert yourself. Where am I? She faints. Naruto, this is bad, I'll take her to the old drunkard's place. Carrying her. Kazana's family thought Naruto had already left, but upon seeing him again with a woman in his arms, they knew something was amiss. Naruto, excuse the trouble, Tsunami-san, but could you lend me one of your rooms? I found this woman in a terrible state on a ship, so I brought her here for you to help. Tsunami, of course, Naruto-kun, come in. You know where the guest room is. Naruto, thank you. Kazana, I wonder what happened to her to be in such a condition? Tsunami, I don't know, father. Sometimes the sea can be treacherous. Kazana, that's true, I hope she recovers soon. Naruto, thanks to both of you for letting her recuperate here. Kazana, it's fine, kid. We owe you a lot, so no problem. Tsunami, that's right, Naruto-kun. Naruto, well, at least I can stay here with you guys. Isn't that good, Inari? Inari, yes, Naruto-ni-chan. Naruto, smiles, in that case, we have a lot to talk about, Inari. Inari, hi. On her bed, Estet rested after being rescued by Tsunami with Naruto's help. Her mind was in turmoil, haunted by her past with the Empire and Night Raid, the acts she had committed in the name of the capital, and the fame she had gained during all this time. She had always wondered what it had all been for. In the end, she had gained nothing but emptiness, even though she had been forgiven for all her crimes. She felt incomplete. Perhaps it was time to step back and find a peaceful place away from it all. Most importantly, she wanted to find a good man who met her standards. She slowly opened her eyes, as her body demanded nourishment, and realized she was in a simple Japanese-style room. She tried to move, but her lack of strength hindered her. The glass of water on the table was a luxury for her parched mouth at this moment. Using all her remaining strength, she attempted to reach for it, but someone interrupted her efforts. "Let me help you with that, you're still very weak. Taking the glass, open your mouth." Estet wanted to grumble like a child at being treated this way, but who was she kidding? She was a general after all. Or was she? If not for being saved, she would be dead by now. At least she should accept the kindness of this person. Her eyes closed when the rim of the glass touched her lips, and the essential liquid for all living beings passed down her throat into her stomach. She clung to her savior's hand, ensuring he didn't stop giving her water. "Relax, there's plenty more water here. I'll give you as much as you need, just don't be impatient." The blue-haired woman understood what he was saying and slowed down her drinking, savoring the life-giving liquid. The figure smiled as he watched her relax and enjoy the fluid. Without a doubt, she had been through a lot during that storm, and most likely, her crew had met a similar fate. The woman looked at him with suspicion and gratitude, realizing that not everyone would save a stranger's life just like that. "Estet, who are you?" "Oh, where are my manners? My name is Naruto Uzumaki. It's a pleasure to meet you. As you can see, Tsunami-san wanted to help you, but she didn't trust you, just as you're doing right now with me. However, I couldn't let you die of hunger or dehydration. Now, could you tell me why you're here?" "Estet, I was only here for resources, but we were caught in a storm that wiped out my entire crew." "Naruto, that's what I thought. I understand, eh?" "Estet, my name is Estet, and as you said, I don't trust you. But you saved me, so that's why I'm telling you my name. Now, could you tell me where I am?" "Naruto, well, you're in the Wave Country, right at the border of Kirigakure." "Estet, what? I hadn't heard of this place." "Naruto, where are you from?" "Estet, from the Imperial Capital, of course. Don't you know who I am?" "Naruto, should I?" Raising an eyebrow. "Estet, I come from the capital." "Well, in the elemental nations, there are capitals, but they're not imperial or from countries with princesses." As if it were Disney. "Estet, anyway." Grrrrrrrrrrr. Naruto, handing her a plate of food, "Come on, you must be starving. Questions and answers can wait." "Estet, thanks." The blue-haired woman was about to take the plate, but she still lacked the energy. "Naruto, sigh, let me help you with that." "Estet, wait. I can do it. Ugh." "Naruto, let me help you, it's food, not poison. I'm not a coward who poisons people." "Estet, but if you try something." "Naruto, I won't." "Estet, I hope nobody in the capital finds out about this." Reluctantly, the woman allowed the blonde ninja to feed her due to her lack of strength. She hoped to regain enough energy to eat on her own soon. In the country of Fiore, specifically in the city of Magnolia, there was a rather unique guild. Among all the guilds in the country, the one that stood out the most was Fairy Tail. It was a rowdy and destructive guild that could make anyone's hair stand on end when they had to pay for the damages caused. This guild was well known to all other guilds in different cities and, of course, to the king. Recently, they had fought a battle where the dark wizard Zeref tried to seize Fairy Heart. All the guilds joined forces to stop them, making the battle quite tough, especially with immortal dark wizards and an apocalypse dragon as enemies. Thanks to the efforts of everyone, they achieved victory and made peace with the new leader of Alicatasia. Members like Natsu Dragneel, Erza Scarlet, Laxus Dreyer, and Makarov Dreyer were some of the most popular wizards, which brought fame and more jobs to Fairy Tail. Everything was calm for now, except for a certain redhead, a lover of strawberry cakes, who sat outside Fairy Hills gazing at the moon with tears in her eyes. Why? Well, it's simple. Just a few days ago, she had seen the guy she was in love with again, the one for whom she would do anything. However, it wasn't all happiness because when she thought she could be happy with him now that he had been forgiven for his crimes, she found him in bed with her friend, Kagura. It's hard to believe, but that's what happened. After everyone gathered at the Fairy Tail Guild, a huge party was thrown for all those who had helped in the battle against the Alvarez Empire. As expected, the party turned into chaos, with all the members letting loose. During the party, Erza tried to talk to Jelal and even made a move on him, but he was too busy enjoying himself and drinking with his other friends to notice her attempts. It wasn't until late at night when the party started getting wild for some, and the drinks began to take their toll. Even Natsu had a bit of alcohol with his companions, and you can imagine the chaos that followed with everyone getting a little tipsy. Erza sighed, seeing that the man she loved wasn't paying any attention to her. That night, she searched for him everywhere, and after a few hours, she was about to leave. However, she had to pass by the drinks room, where she immediately heard strange sounds. Her perverted mind, fueled by the explicit books she read, led her closer to the source of the sounds. Those dirty books didn't help her innocent mind at all. Just when she heard the voices, she was surprised to see Natsu on top of a well-endowed woman. Yes, he was with Mira Jane. Erza had an immediate nosebleed and quickly left before being discovered. When she left the room, she saw Jelal with Kagura, engaged in a passionate encounter that left her heart shattered. Mermaid heel swordswoman moaned as if there were no tomorrow. Gradually, tears welled up in Erza's beautiful eyes, and she ran away without anyone noticing. It seemed that Jelal had been forgiven by Kagura for Simon's death, and over the past few days, they had started talking about everything, from Jelal's remorse to the hatred that Kagura and the Nico Miliana felt for him. During the party, these two couldn't help but feel an attraction for each other, and with the influence of alcohol, something happened. Erza didn't return to the guild for several days, and only Natsu knew what had happened to her. When he found out, Jelal ended up in a coma for several weeks, a consequence of Natsu's anger at making Erza cry. The redhead snapped out of her thoughts and shook her head. It wasn't the time to cry. She believed that someone would love her for who she was, with her perverted books and all her quirks. Erza, indignantly, "Hey, I'm not a pervert." Author, sarcastically, "Sure, and I'm Batman." Titanic packed her belongings because she had decided to take a well-deserved vacation, away from everything. Even though leaving her family hurt, it seemed like the right thing to do. She didn't want to see Kagura again, as they hadn't resolved their issues. Erza was at the harbor the next day, and her father, Makarov Dreyer, was there to bid her farewell. He understood her feelings, even though he didn't want her to leave. However, they weren't alone, as there was one more person lurking. Natsu, coming out of hiding. In the end, Mira Jane was right. Erza, Natsu, Natsu, it's all right, Erza. If you believe it's the best for you, I won't object. But remember, if you ever need our help, you know what to do. Erza, hugging Natsu, thank you, Natsu. By the way, you and Mira. Natsu, blushing, how do you know that? Erza, embarrassed, well, it's getting late, hee hee. Master. Makarov, take care, my daughter, and have a great journey. Erza, see you soon, Natsu. Take care of the guild. Natsu, I will, Erza. The redhead boarded the ship to find tranquility in herself, unaware that she would discover more than she had anticipated. In another beautiful city, Tokyo to be precise, a lovely woman strolled peacefully, trying to forget the burdens of leadership and the stress of governing her people and other races. Yes, races, because this world was inhabited not only by humans but also by extraordinary beings. This beautiful woman, named Yasaka, was a yokai, a type of mythological creature with a human-animal hybrid form. In Tokyo, there were two cities, one for regular humans and the other for the yokai. Many of her kind had been enslaved by other races, like demons, angels, and fallen angels in cities all across Japan. Demons would often take humans as servants, and yokai were not exempt due to their abilities with chakra and nature. Yasaka had been too busy to think about herself and her future. Not to mention that finding a partner was challenging because of her demanding job. It wasn't that she couldn't find a partner, as her beauty attracted many men. The problem was her work and the lack of time for herself. Her schedule left only a few minutes to herself, and it didn't help that the elders of her council pressured her to find a husband. Being the leader had its advantages, and she could ignore the council's demands as their name suggested, council. They couldn't decide for her. Yasaka sighed, feeling annoyed with the council's meddling. She needed a break, and that's exactly what she planned. Her city was beautiful, especially at night when everyone went about their daily routines. However, she had a problem. During a full moon, her desires to mate increased, and it was her self-control that prevented her from seeking a partner. She couldn't just be with anyone. She hoped for a partner who would love her for who she was and wouldn't be scared when he saw her true form. Upon reaching her residence, Yasaka immediately prepared the necessary paperwork to plan her trip. Fortunately, she had friends who were princesses in other places and would assist her. After organizing all the documents, she gathered her guards to inform them of her decision and asked them to support the person who would lead the city in her absence. She assured them that they could contact her with magical messages if they needed anything, no matter where she was. She wouldn't inform the council but would leave a backup plan in case they tried something foolish against the temporary leader. She waited until dawn to start her journey, heading to a place where she would begin her well-deserved vacation. Spring Country. Naruto finished his breakfast and checked to make sure everything was in order. He headed to Estheeth's room, but to his surprise, she was no longer there. He looked around but couldn't find her, assuming that she had left. At least, things were better now, and that eased his mind. He decided to leave as well. After saying his goodbyes to Tazuna's family once more, he went to the harbor and boarded a ship that he had already paid for. His journey as the hero of the Fourth Great Ninja War had begun. Little did he know, there was a stowaway on the ship. Kid, hey, where are you going, kid? Naruto, I'm not sure, Kurama. Maybe it's time to visit all those who came to see me when the war ended. It's a shame I couldn't greet and thank them. Kurama, that's right. We'll pass by the Mist Village soon, and from there, we can head to the Spring Country. Why not pay Koyuki a visit? Naruto, you're right. I haven't seen Koyuki in a long time. I guess we'll head there first. Kurama, it's time for you to start a family, kid. Life isn't just about fighting, and as a ninja, you know we never know when we might die. At the very least, you should leave behind some descendants. That's what your mother would have wanted. Naruto, you're right. Well, I'm not very good with love, but I'll give it my best shot. Kurama, that's the spirit, kid. You'll see, you'll charm many beautiful women. Naruto, I'm planning on having just one. Kurama, yeah, right. Given your status and being the last Uzumaki, you should have at least 2 or maybe even 5 wives to keep your lineage going. It's a cliché, but you know you'll win the hearts of more than one woman. Naruto, I don't know, Kurama. Besides, as I said, I want to take a break and get away from the village for a while, enjoy what's around me. Kurama, I know, but there's no harm in trying to find a partner, right? Naruto, well, I suppose not. Kurama, that's the spirit. It's time to search for girls. I'll be your coach. Wearing dark sunglasses Naruto, what would I do without you, buddy? Kurama, I know, I'm quite something. Naruto was walking peacefully through the streets of the Land of Spring, noticing how much the place had grown since his last visit. The technological advancements and military strength had increased significantly. The royal guards wore silver armor and had to undergo rigorous training. There were even schools for those who wanted to join the royal guard at a young age. Koyuki supported the dreams of the younger generation. The country's economy had also benefited from its alliance with Konoha, as trade and marketing information exchange had been crucial for its growth. Naruto observed families going about their daily routines. Children played without fear, while parents watched from a distance, knowing there was no danger. He was lost in his thoughts when a ball rolled to his feet, and a group of children ran over, surprised to see him. Kids, is that him? He's messy. No, he's the bug. Don't be silly, obviously, it's not them, it's Batman. Neither of those. Give him a 0. Stop playing dumb, it's Naruto-sama, of course. I knew I recognized him from somewhere. Naruto-sama. Upon hearing his name, people turned to look at him, and soon a crowd gathered. Naruto was taken aback by the unexpected reception, but it was no surprise, considering his role in the Fourth Ninja War. Naruto, eh? People, yes, it's Naruto-sama. Kya? Swoons Naruto-sama, have my child. Naruto-sama, make a child with me. Naruto-sama, make a child with my mom, I'll support you. Naruto was sweating, overwhelmed by all the comments, especially from the female population. He hadn't expected such a reception, but everyone knew who he was and what he had done in the war. Naruto, it's not that big a deal. Fans, take a selfie with me, Naruto-sama. No, take one with me. You're ugly. Force me. Get out of the way. In the meantime, in the princess's palace, Koyuki was having a lively conversation with an old friend, Yasaka. They discussed the challenges of leadership and the demands of their positions. Yasaka wondered if Koyuki had met anyone special, but Koyuki admitted that finding the right person wasn't easy. Arturia, the ruler of another kingdom, faced pressure from her advisors to marry the son of the neighboring king for the sake of their kingdoms. She firmly rejected the idea, determined to choose her own path and not succumb to political pressures. However, she didn't want her kingdom to fall into the wrong hands. After the intense fan interaction, Naruto headed towards the royal palace to visit his friend, Koyuki. He had been focused on his dreams of becoming Hokage and hadn't paid much attention to romance. However, he was open to finding someone who truly cared for him. As he walked, Naruto noticed that Estet, a mysterious girl he had recently met, had followed him. He questioned her about her intentions, and she assured him that she had no harmful motives. Naruto decided to become her guide in the unfamiliar land. Naruto, I can't just ask someone to marry me like that. Kurama, Naruto's inner voice, she's quite attractive, Naruto. She could be a potential wife. Naruto, Kurama, I just met her. I can't propose like that. Estet, but first, how about a coffee? And who's Kurama? Naruto, ah. You scared me. Estet, I was just joking. So, do you know a good place to eat here? Naruto, I must go. And ignore what you heard earlier. Estet, very hard to do that nowadays. Good men are scarce. You could be the lucky one. Naruto, goodbye. Runs away. Estet, it's fun teasing him. I think staying with him for a while won't be so bad. Erza Scarlet, an attractive woman with vibrant red hair, had a stunning physique and curvy figure. She wore armor not only to shield herself from enemy attacks but also to protect her heart. She had been through a lot, making her feel insecure, especially when it came to love. The past experiences with Jelal and Kagura had made things even more challenging. Erza had a calm demeanor, but when provoked, she displayed extraordinary strength. If she considered you a friend or companion, she was incredibly trustworthy. At the moment, Erza was on a ship sailing with former adversaries turned allies after their encounter on Galuna Island. She now led them, and they obeyed her due to her strong leadership. Erza stared out at the sea, seeking answers to her problems, even though she knew she wouldn't find them. She couldn't understand why it was so hard to forget someone, especially given the situation she'd found herself in. She wished that the person she loved would simply tell her that they only saw her as a friend, but that didn't happen. Instead, she had to witness them being close to someone she considered a sibling and a friend. Love could be so challenging and cruel. Erza preferred watching TV shows where people tested each other's faithfulness through games. It was less painful than seeing someone you loved involved with someone you thought of as a sibling or friend. Erza, my lady, we have an issue. Erza, what kind of issue? Crew member, a storm is approaching. It's best to disembark at a nearby port and wait for it to pass. Erza, very well, we'll continue tomorrow. Elsewhere, we find the beautiful Arturia leaving the castle. She had recently dealt with various issues related to her kingdom, particularly attempts to arrange a marriage between her and King Luis Miguel's son, who only sought to gain control of Camelot. Camelot was rich in minerals and a crucial commercial hub, making it a prime target for the neighboring country. Arturia knew she couldn't allow that to happen, so she embarked on a journey to find a companion who could help her. She also desired to leave an heir to the throne, but with a man she chose, not an avaricious one who would harm the people. She took her noble steed with her to expedite her quest, hoping to find a suitable partner soon. She was determined not to leave Camelot vulnerable with the king's son lurking. Arturia, I hope we find peaceful places on our journey without troubles, though I doubt it, as there always seems to be someone causing problems. Naruto sneezed. Kurama, bless you. Someone must be talking about me. Naruto, ah, now that you mention it, I do feel something unusual. It's a unique chakra. Kurama, I don't think it's an enemy. It's strangely familiar, much like mine. Regardless, stay cautious, we don't know what to expect. Naruto, alright. Guard, halt. Ideni. Naruto-sama? Guard 2, no, it's Batman, sarcastic. Of course, it's Naruto-sama. Do you think there are more Naruto-samas out there? Naruto, hey, guys. Is Koyuki here? Guard, of course, Naruto-sama. Let me inform her of your arrival. Naruto, thank you, guys. Koyuki, after leaving Yasaka to rest, roamed the palace, gazing out of the windows at her kingdom. Her perspective had changed significantly after Dodo's defeat by the ninjas from Konoha, especially thanks to a certain blonde with blue eyes named Uzumaki Naruto. He had become her hero when she was on the verge of sinking into depression and loneliness. Naruto had shown her that she could change her destiny as long as she didn't give up. Koyuki admired that in Naruto and had learned a lot from him. She longed to see him again and ensure he was safe after the Fourth Ninja War. Guard, Koyuki-sama. I have good news. Koyuki, you idiot, you scared me. What's the news that nearly gave me a heart attack? Guard, it's Naruto-sama. He's here. Koyuki, what? Shaking him, how is that possible? Why didn't you tell me earlier? You should have let him in. Answer me. Guard, dizzy, Koyuki-sama. Naruto, ha, leave him alone, or you'll end up killing him, Koyuki Haim. Koyuki, Naruto-kun. Jumping into his arms. Naruto, ha, Koyuki Haim, it's been a long time. Koyuki, why haven't you come to see me? I've been sending letters to Konoha, and there's been no response. Naruto, I'm sorry, I've been busy lately with my promotion. Forgive me. Koyuki, I'm very happy for you, I'm truly glad to see you and witness the changes you've gone through. You've become the strongest shinobi. Naruto, no, I'm not the strongest, there may be stronger people out there. Koyuki, perhaps, but that doesn't change the fact that you're very strong, Naruto. Power isn't everything. Naruto, well, you're right. Koyuki, tell me, will you stay? Please. Naruto, as much as I'd love to, I can't. I'm on vacation and want to visit other places. Koyuki, vacation? What miracle made Konoha give you time off? Usually, they wouldn't let you go, being their best shinobi. Naruto, with the temporary peace, I think they can manage without me for a while. Koyuki, well, I guess 1 or 2 days won't hurt, will it? You have to tell me everything about what happened in the war. Naruto, thinking, I promised Esdeath I'd see her, but I can't do this to Koyuki. Kurama, you're an idiot, Naruto. Why do you have your clones for? Naruto, that's true. Kurama, I think all those punches affected your brain, Naruto. Naruto, hey. Koyuki, Naruto? Naruto, oh, sorry, I got lost in thought for a moment. Koyuki, tell me you'll stay. Naruto, scratching his cheek, well, I think I could do that. Koyuki, great. I'll have them prepare some food for you. Come with me, guards. Guards, yes, my lady. Koyuki, please prepare a room for Naruto. Guards, hi. Koyuki, come, Naruto-kun. Let's have a meal and catch up. Naruto, sounds good. Koyuki, and tell me, is there someone special in your life right now? Naruto, no, shaking his head, as I mentioned earlier, I've been busy with my promotion, so I haven't had much time to think about it. Koyuki, well, you should. Being a shinobi puts you at risk every day, so you should at least consider leaving a legacy. Naruto, blushing, I might, actually. In fact, that's one of the reasons I requested this vacation. Koyuki, well, at least you're trying. Naruto, but enough about me for now. Tell me, Koyuki, what have you been up to? Koyuki, well, I'll tell you while we eat, alright? Naruto, sounds good. Yasaka was finishing her shower after spending most of her time with her friend, Koyuki. Being away from the leadership responsibilities was a welcome relief. She wasn't a bad leader, but it consumed a lot of her time, managing various factions. As the water flowed over her beautiful white skin and her wet hair cascaded down to her thighs, she was careful not to look at her lovely hips and backside. While Yasaka was preparing to rest in the accommodations provided by Koyuki, she suddenly sensed an extremely powerful chakra, much more potent than her own. Strangely, it excited her, even though she had never felt anyone like that in her kingdom. What was happening? She needed to find out. What intrigued her more was that there were no ill intentions in this chakra present since it was near Koyuki. Yasaka, what an incredibly strong and pure chakra. I didn't sense anyone else when I arrived. I have to find out. Naruto and Koyuki concluded their conversation after Koyuki shared her achievements during Naruto's absence and her ongoing role as an actress. Naruto was surprised when Koyuki suggested that he play the role of Icha Tactics Maelstrom but clarified that it didn't mean he would sleep with just anyone in such roles. She implied that Naruto was the only man she would allow to touch her. Naruto was taken aback by this proposal and was about to respond when someone else arrived. Yasaka, excuse me, am I interrupting something? Naruto's eyes fixated on this beautiful woman, making her the most gorgeous he had ever seen. Even Tsunade's bust seemed smaller in comparison. He couldn't understand how her kimono concealed those ample breasts. Her exquisite facial features were equally captivating. He couldn't help but be intrigued by the scent she exuded. Koyuki, Yasaka, I want you to meet someone important. Yasaka, I hope I'm not interrupting. Koyuki, Naruto, meet my friend, Yasaka. She's a leader from a distant city. Naruto, nice to meet you. Yasaka, the pleasure is mine, Naruto-san. Koyuki, Yasaka, he's Naruto Uzumaki, the hero of the Fourth Great Ninja War and the one who saved me from my uncle Dodo. He's my hero. Naruto, embarrassed, I told you, I just did what was right. Koyuki, and I told you to stop being so modest. You know you're a hero. Yasaka, so, you're her hero, huh? Allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Yasaka, the leader of Kyoto. Extending her hand. Naruto, shaking her hand. Pleased to meet you, Yasaka-san. At the moment their hands met, both Naruto and Yasaka felt a rush of excitement. Yasaka sensed the chakra of a male nine-tails, and Naruto was influenced by Yasaka's pheromones. They both started to feel a strong heat, and Yasaka even began rubbing her leg against the other. If Koyuki hadn't been there, they might have jumped each other, as their mating instincts had been triggered. Koyuki, is everything okay? You've been holding hands for like 5 minutes. Naruto, I'm sorry, ha. Yasaka, I think I'll take another shower. Hastily leaves. Koyuki, what's going on? Where did Naruto go? Guard, he said he needed to use the men's room. Koyuki, but what happened? Koyuki was bewildered by the sudden change in the situation. The storm had gotten much worse, the waves were fierce and could destroy any ship sailing. The sea was turbulent, as if it wanted to express its anger, but it was just a part of nature. Pity for those unfortunate sailors who were out at sea, as they would be at the mercy of the sea. However, in the midst of the ocean, a ship sailed by pirates, and a red-haired woman in armor was undeterred. On the contrary, she seemed to be speeding up against the furious waves trying to pull her down. But we all know Erza, and we know this wouldn't stop her, she would press on. Well, the pirates were tough too, so it shouldn't be a problem for them to reach the nearest port. Captain. We won't make it in time. Erza, oh, yes, we will. Stay in your positions. Mika has fallen into the water. Curse it. Help. Gathering sweat, my lady. If this continues, no one will make it alive. Erza, are you challenging me? No, my lady, but Mother Nature is angry, and Erza, well, I'll be too, so we need to hurry. Everyone was scared and trying to stay in their positions. However, the strong wind and water were not cooperating. Ah, this is impossible. Gets blown away, help. Miguel. Erza, nothing has ever stopped me, so I hope it won't stop you either. We will press on. Meanwhile, Arturia was looking around with curiosity as she had recently disembarked. Alongside her loyal steed, she moved calmly, but the strange looks from the people told her that her attire was unusual. It was logical since she was not from there, and her royal clothing stood out. Although she was a warrior, she was also a lady and had to maintain her elegance above all else. They moved a little further and reached a place with many commercial structures. There was more to eat and places to stay, unlike Camelot, where the economy had suffered due to numerous battles, and people had started to leave in search of new places to live. Another kingdom was trying to influence the country and take control. Once a kingdom loses a war, its economy drops significantly, and with that, the business performance becomes almost negligible. For the queen, seeing the residents walking without worries was new because most were more cautious or concerned. Here, the people were happy and relaxed, but the question was, where the heck was she? She needed to find out. Arturia, excuse me? Random, yes? Arturia, do you know where I am? Random, you're a foreigner, huh? Well, it's not surprising. You're in the country of spring, miss. Arturia, country of spring? This is the first time I've heard of this place. Random, well, it's natural, knowing that you come from another place, miss. Arturia, you're right, I'm sorry. Random, but tell me, how can I help you? It seems like you're not looking for something specific. So, what are you looking for? Arturia, sighs, it's more complicated than it seems. Random, believe me, miss, you're overcomplicating things. Situations will always exist, it's just a matter of deciding to face them. Arturia, that's true too. I think I don't know what to do. Random, then, I recommend that you think about what you want to do. If it's something bad, then good things may come, and if it's something good, there will be obstacles. The question here is, are you willing to move forward? Arturia, of course, I am. I can't turn back, not when my people need me. Random, then believe that better things will come for your country. Arturia, smiles, thank you very much. Can I know the name of such a valuable person? Random, striking a ridiculous pose, my name no longer exists, I'm just someone who guides new people to find their destiny. But if you want to know who helped you. He. Remember me as Gama Sanin. Jiraiya the Gallant. Disappears. Arturia, in shock, what just happened? That was. Okay. That was weird. For now, I need to find a place to stay and, well, I won't find it like this. While all of this was happening, by coincidence, they were arriving in the country of spring, which was the crucial point to cross to other places before reaching the elemental nations. Who knows what could happen once they were there? On the other hand, a beautiful blonde woman with a generous bust was biting a pillow with force because her instincts had awakened with just the touch of that blonde man. She didn't know why, but the chakra he emanated was warm and addictive, tempting her to jump on him and make him hers. However, she couldn't do that. Firstly, she didn't know him. Secondly, she had to respect herself above all else. And third, she didn't know how the other blonde would react. Yasaka needed 2 good drinks and a splash of water on her face to snap out of her internal lust. Hopefully, she hadn't left a bad impression on her friend Koyuki because she had run away. Well, it was either that or they had realized she had gotten excited from the contact with the blonde man. Stupid, yes, but there are times when you can't contradict your animal instincts. Yasaka, wondering, what's happening to me? It was just a simple greeting, but his chakra is so warm. I need to know more about him, but if I continue like this, my instincts won't leave me in peace. I should have kept myself under control. The problem is how? Naruto and Koyuki were walking down the streets of the country of spring, being welcomed by the people. After all, the hero of the 4th Great Ninja War was walking down the streets with his leader. Naruto didn't mind attending to these people, he knew they just wanted to greet him, and he enjoyed seeing the children smile when they saw him. Koyuki smiled as she watched Naruto interacting with the people. She knew how difficult Naruto's early life in his village had been, but that hadn't stopped him, and he had moved forward. When she had her tantrum about not wanting to return to her country, Naruto had shown her that willpower and effort could overcome anything. Since then, she had felt admiration and respect for that boy back then. But now, that boy had grown up and become stronger and more attractive. Without a doubt, she would be willing to take action and make Naruto notice her. Koyuki, giggling, who would have thought you'd be so popular? Naruto, yes, it's good to be here and relax a bit. Koyuki, by the way, Naruto-kun, tell me, do you have a girlfriend? Naruto, no, I don't. I think I mentioned it to you. It's true that there are beautiful girls like Ino or Gaara's sister, but they don't catch my eye. Besides, I'm here on vacation, maybe I'll find someone. I don't know, time will tell. Koyuki, shyly, and if you stay with me, what happens? Naruto, someone is in trouble. Call your royal guards and tell them to go to the dock. I sense 4 presences, 1 very weak and 3 others, but 1 is more powerful than the other 2. Hurry, please. Koyuki, hi. Runs away. Naruto, using his shinobi speed, ran to the location where he felt these presences, and he could see in the distance that ice spikes were emerging. No doubt, the battle was about to get interesting. Back with Estet, she used her Tigu to keep the 2 enemies at bay and save the almost unconscious woman. The ice-wielding woman used her special sword to keep them at bay. Despite the speed of the 2 men, they received scratches all over their bodies. Black, darn it. Luis, this woman is a nuisance, let's finish her off together, brother. Black, now you're talking. Luis and Black combined their strength and launched a powerful attack. Black, Rasengan. Black, ah. One of the men ended up buried in the ground from Naruto's powerful technique. Naruto had arrived to save the day, even though Estet had everything under control. Luis, oh no, brother. Naruto, what do you think you were doing? Luis, what's it to you, Blondie? Get lost, or I'll kill you. Naruto, I can't let you continue causing trouble. Disappears. Luis, where ah? A kick to the chin sent him flying upwards, and Naruto immediately grabbed him from behind. Both of them fell to the ground, and Naruto buried him in the concrete, leaving him unconscious. Estet, sheathing her sword, I had everything under control. Naruto, I know you did, but by the queen's orders, I couldn't let them cause more harm. What happened? Estet, sighs, I don't know, all I know is that they were after this girl. Naruto, is she going to be okay? Estet, she will, but she seems to be poisoned. I'll make her expel it. I'll take her to the palace. Are you coming? After all, you seem bored, right? Naruto, yes, I am. Plus, as I said, things will be more interesting with you. The guards arrived to take the two men into custody, preventing them from causing any more trouble. Meanwhile, on the same dock, a redhead disembarked from a ship with a smile. She had managed to get through the storm. Well, Erza was Erza, so we shouldn't be surprised. Erza, smiling, well, this place is beautiful. I'll stay here and see what happens. Arturia lay in a bed after being attacked by some strange men. She never expected to be attacked, and she suspected that Luis Miguel's son might be involved. This troubled her because she knew he might try to interfere with her kingdom. Their actions were a double-edged sword. They could leave Camelot unprotected or force her to marry the king's son. She knew she was at a disadvantage against these men, but if there was a chance to get rid of them, she would take it. She just needed time to find someone who could help her. Don't get up, your body is still weak from the poison, a person advised. Arturia asked, where am I? You are in the land of spring. Naruto-sama brought you here, was the reply. Arturia inquired, do you know anything about the men who attacked me? Koyuki-sama and Naruto-sama are dealing with them. Don't worry, we'll soon uncover their intentions in this country. Infiltrating a country like this usually leads to imprisonment or execution, the person reassured. Arturia wanted to understand why she was attacked, as she had an idea. She introduced herself as Arturia Pendragon and requested to speak with their queen as soon as possible. Is there a queen here? Are there kings too? Arturia asked. The person explained, of course, Arturia-sama. Most countries are ruled by a king, emperor, or daimyo. Arturia expressed her gratitude for their hospitality and asked if she could speak with the queen as soon as possible. She shared her suspicion that those men had come for her. The person inquired, may I ask why you think that? Arturia explained, like your queen, I am also a queen. That's why I need to know who those men were. The person apologized for their formal address and mentioned Arturia Lancer's refined demeanor. Arturia expressed her fatigue from the formality and requested to be treated as an equal. The person continued, Reina Arturia, please don't say that. You are one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and any man would do anything for you. Arturia replied, that's the problem. I don't want someone who will do anything for me. I want someone who can think for themselves and be spontaneous. Then, Arturia was introduced to Koyuki, the queen of the land of spring, who told her that Naruto-sama had brought her to their land. Arturia expressed her thanks for the help and inquired about the attackers' motives. Naruto and Koyuki explained that they were dealing with the situation and intended to find out why Arturia was targeted. Arturia revealed that she was the queen of Camelot and suspected that a neighboring king named Luis Miguel was behind the attack. Naruto offered to help and posed as her fiancé to deter the attackers. Arturia agreed to this plan, and Koyuki offered to teach them about relationships and affection. Meanwhile, Esdeet and Erza explored a beautiful and peaceful place, and Erza hoped to gather information and find herself. In Arturia's room, Naruto and Esdeet joined her, and they discussed the plan. Arturia explained her predicament of being pressured to marry or have a child to secure her rule. Naruto and Koyuki decided to help and shared a passionate moment, leaving Naruto shocked and uncertain about the situation.